The following episode is brought to you by Poison City Brewing, proud makers of Durban Poison Cannabis Lager, the beer that invites you to live your poison. How's it going, guys? You got myself, Nasiphi Zwane, with another episode of Sludge Underground. Today we've got a super special episode. I'm not alone, I'm with Andile, my co-host. Let them know who you are real quick.
What's up, guys? Lunatic Drops, aka Schedule Doubles Dome out here with another episode of Sludge Underground.
That's awesome, and we are here at Waxy's in Hillcrest with a special guest, Cliffy, who is one of, or actually the driving force behind behind the house party that's going to be happening on the 7th of November. We thought this would be a really awesome opportunity for us to get a behind the scenes look in terms of how that sort of came about and what people can expect. So Cliffy, bro, let's just jump into this, bro. Like, what is it that made you pick Robsons as the place to do this?
Okay, well, first, just start with the first little bit of history of why we're doing this event. I was just chilling at home and I heard your guys' episode and you were talking about, you want to do something, get a couple of bands together. So that kind of stuck in my mind. And then I was just in the area and as you know, I'm really into burgers and good burgers. So I popped in there and I was just like, fuck, there's a stage here. Like, I never knew there was a stage here. So I had a chat to the manager. He put me on to the owner. He was super into the idea of actually doing something. Obviously pitched an idea to him that we want to do something different. And then pretty much during that conversation, that's when I thought about you guys. And I was like, right, you guys have interviewed quite a variety of artists. We don't want to do just sort of like a recycled version of a Winston gig where it's, predominantly metal bands. So we came up with the idea. I mean, obviously you had your input on that, and I think we got some good artists on board.
And what would you say was sort of the was behind you sort of having this gig be? Obviously we've got 3 DJs on the lineup, and we also got the bands going. What are the logistics behind that? Why did you decide on that being sort of the way it's set up? Yeah.
Okay, well, from my side, obviously, Last of the Daggers would be involved. It would be pretty pointless if I put something together without us playing. Mouse was a band. I mean, shit. I remember seeing them at the Winston when we were still in Codes. We played a gig with them the one time, and then like all the Codes guys, we were all standing at the back of the venue. And we were just totally blown away. We were like, "Fuck, how's these acts? Like, this is like something so fresh, something we hadn't heard before." And even like going a little bit back to the EP launch that we were supposed to do at S43, all of us were like, no, we got to get Mouse to play with us. We got to get Mouse. And then that never happened. We ended up getting Roach and the Rock Coaches. But I mean, that gig didn't even happen because of lockdown. So we've always kind of just spoken between us that we'd like to do something with Mouse. So that's where the Mouse side comes from. In terms of Calico, that's what you brought on board. I haven't seen them live. I have checked them out on Spotify, and I really dig their vibe. I think they'll bring something different to the mix. And then Baru as a band, he's got roots in Mouse, so I've no doubt it'll be something special. And we got them opening, then Calico, then Mouse, and then us. And then outside the DJs, I mean, you pretty much organized that, so I think you can tell us a little bit more about that. But the opening DJ, Diffie, he's one of my best friends. We've been friends for many years. He's DJ'd also for many years. He's been through a lot of genres, breakbeat, progressive house, disco house, everything in between. And then for the night, he's playing us an old school hip hop set. So I'm pretty excited for that.
And obviously, as you said, bro, with some of the other DJs that are on there, like the Grand Duke Raw and as well as Zeta, we had to come through with the best. And obviously, I think Andile would echo this as well, in that, especially with Zeta, just looking at her and what she's been doing and the moves that she's been making, one could even say she's one of the best DJs in Durban. And the Grand Duke Raw as well, bro, like, we've got massive amounts of respect for him and what he's done for the scene and the moves that he's been making. So we had to bring the best, and I feel like they sort of complement each other, because you've got that sort of common factor of hip hop. Cliffy coming through with the old school hip hop. Zita is a hip hop DJ. She also comes through with that Afrobeat type stuff, and you know all these DJs are very versatile in what they do. So I think there's gonna be something for everyone, you know. And you know, besides that, bro, is this something, you know, what is sort of the long-term goal with this? Is this sort of going to be like a once-off thing just from your end, or are there going to be more of these D-Rays?
Well, I would like to have it be something that happens pretty regularly. I mean, we've spoken a little bit recently about sort of keeping the same kind of team together. You know, obviously here and there you might have an artist or two that can't make that specific date where we can look at something else. But I mean, the artists are all doing this for free. It's a free party, so we're basically doing this for the love of the scene. I mean, we are all trying to do something to keep the Durban scene alive. I'm sure many of the people listening to this will agree that the Durban scene is a very, very difficult thing to try and maintain. I mean, you can have your couple of gigs at the Winston, maybe one or two in Maritzburg or surrounding areas, and then that's pretty much that. I mean, you're not really spoiled for choice with venues. So I think the first step is just to try and see if this is well attended. From there, we can look at, you know, adding extras, maybe a few extra bands and DJs, some bigger sound, some lighting maybe even. So this is a very sort of, you know, bare minimum type of gig that we're doing. Like I said, it is a free party. So yeah, we encourage everyone just to come through and show support. We're mixing it up nicely with the genres, so I think there'll be everything for everyone. You know, there's a bit of heavy, there's a bit of indie, there's a bit of hip hop. Surely there's something in there that you'll like.
I want to know, since this is like the first event of this nature,
yeah,
and it's still in the process and in the plans, you know, are taking their place. But I want to know, are there any challenges that you faced or losses that you faced or you're facing as you planning towards this day?
Planning it.
Yes.
Luckily not. It seems to have run pretty smoothly up until now. I don't know if it's just been the right time, the right place, or what it's been, but I mean, everyone pretty much jumped on board and has committed to doing it. We've got Matt House that's doing us a big favor by doing the sound. And I mean, anyone that's in a band in Durban knows he's a legend on that front. And I think it was quite a secure feeling to have him on board. We've also got quite a nice sound system for outside that I've managed to organise. Also a favour that we've pulled in. So nothing has cost us anything. Like I say, it's a free party. So we're trying something here. I know myself or even you wouldn't want to go and put money on taking a risk like this, you know. I mean, I've never really done any events. I've done gigs before where I've organised them, but I've never done something where we're crossing sort of genres and a brand new venue and things like that. So it's going to be a learning curve, but I'm excited to see how it's going to turn out.
Since this one is the first one, and you know you already have these artists, how do you go about approaching these artists? Are they artists maybe you know, or is it compulsory for it to be artists that you know, or it can be anyone? And if it's anyone, how can they come through to you and be like, yo, maybe in the next one, what do I need to do to secure a spot?
That's a good one. Well, I think that the best would be to hit up, you know, either myself or Nas and just, you know, see where we are with the next one after this one happens. The artists that we've got on board for this specific one has mainly been people that we know, or has been hip-hop DJs that you guys have interviewed or bands. And obviously Daggers is my band, so that's like a no-brainer for us. But I think if we can get this one off right, we've spoken about doing something at the Belito branch as well. I don't think the band scene will go down too well that side, because we're going to be looking in probably like the rage sort of time of the year. So if we could push a second event, just focus on hip-hop, and again, just try it and see how that goes. But I would like to do a revisit of the same lineup for the second one at Robsons Point, where we'll then have a cover fee up, and then all the artists will get paid. So, like I said, everyone's doing this for the love of the music, giving back to the scene, and if it works out, we might be onto something.
If this one is a success, how often or how frequently would you like it to be Is it once a month or once a week?
I would say probably once every 3-4 months or so. I wouldn't want to oversaturate the venue, especially if you're trying to keep sort of the same vibe. You know what I mean? If it does, spark off and become really, really, really popular, and it's something the guys want to happen every month, we could look at that. But then we will definitely look at sort of rotating bands. I wouldn't like to have the same bands playing too often, because then we're going to end up with one of those same issues where a band burns out because they're just playing the same set at the same venue. People get less and less. But I mean, as it stands, we're open to anything. I think we'll try anything. And then we've got the big ideas for the overseas trip, but we won't say anything about that just yet until we know what's the logistics involved in that. But again, that's looking to the future. I mean, we like to have a few things lined up.
I think one interesting point here is also just the name. I mean, someone might even look at this and be like, house party, but it's at Robsons, and it's not really a house and whatnot. So just explain that for us, bro. What is behind the name?
Okay, so house party, it actually came from one of your episodes where you guys were all talking amongst each other about doing something, and the sort of phrase house party popped out. I think it was Marcel that was saying it. And then we sat at Robsons, we were like, what are we going to call this event? And then I was like, fuck it, just call it house party. It's done, it's dusted, then we know. So there's no real hidden meaning behind it. It's just a good old party. Everyone's come out of lockdown, get together, have some fun. That's it.
Since you're here, just let us in. We're almost at the end. Let us in on what people can expect for your guys' set as Last of the Daggers.
In terms of Daggers, we sort of kept the same sort of vibe that people will know us for. We've got a couple of new things that we're going to do. But it's something new and fresh, hopefully.
With this lockdown thing going on, and there are these restrictions, no entry, no mask, no entry, and the number of people who should enter the venue. Can you please just tell the people how we're going to do that?
Yeah. Okay, so I've been told that we have a maximum capacity of 250 people. That's now covering both inside and outside the venue. Your standard COVID rules will apply, so you have to wear a mask upon entry, but once you're inside you can take it off. There's the curfew that kicks in at 12 o'clock, so we're going to be aiming to be done by about 11. That's also why we're starting at sort of late afternoon, to make sure that everyone gets the full experience of all the bands and DJs playing. So I just hope that everyone pulls through, but from what I've heard, the buzz out there is that people are excited. It's the first actual main live gig with some big players in the scene, so I'm really excited.
Just some clarity on my end. So in terms of the performances, is it going to be DJs and artists on one stage, or is it two separate stages and then they're going sort of concurrently type thing?
So we got the main stage, which is inside the venue. It's a fixed stage. So that's on the Point Road side, the Mahatma Gandhi Road side. Then on the far side, outside, that's the whole area that we sort of targeting for the hip-hop DJs. So there's not going to be any sound clashing. They're pretty far away from each other. I mean, you were at the venue, you came in from the side where the DJs would play. It's quite a walk across. You go through the brewery, so we won't have any sort of sound bleeding across. Then we've even got a plan B because this time of year rain might be a bit of a factor. So we've actually made a plan that inside the brewery, do you remember that section up at the top where Dylan laughed and he said, hey, we should put the DJ up there?
Yeah.
They apparently had a party there where it rained, and they put the DJ up there. And then in the middle of the venue, there's a big sort of roller door that comes down with a separate little doorway that you can go through. Okay. So worst case scenario, if it does rain, we've got a plan B. So we're just going to see how it works out.
I think we need to send a special shout out to Dylan he actually designed the poster for this, and it was really quick. I'm still shocked at how quickly it was that he just came up with that out of nowhere, dude. He's really good. I think with all that being said, bro, I think we pretty much have the lowdown and all the details. Just in closing, one last plug. When is the show? Times that people should start pulling in, and anything else you'd like to add?
So the event is at Robsons on Point, which is the old Point Road, Mahatma Gandhi Road. We have the doors open. Well, the doors will be open from 12 anyway, but we're looking at kicking off at about 5 o'clock. Diffy's been generous enough to say he'll even start from 3 if you can get a bit of a vibe going there. So we're going to, between us, we're going to get the sound rigged up in the day. And then hopefully we get some good traffic coming in, even from Ishaka, which is just across the road. I think we'll kick off with the DJs first, get that sort of going, get the people into the venue, and then we start off with Baru and probably put them on sort of between 6 and 7, and then the rest of the bands to follow.
That is awesome, bro. And yeah, bro, I feel like, people should definitely pull through on the 7th of November. It's going to be super awesome. A lot of effort has been put into this. So, yeah, I mean, in closing, let's just plug, bro, who are you online? If people want to find out, more details about this and whatnot, where can they get in touch with you?
Okay, so you can get hold of me on Facebook or Instagram. It's at Cliffy, California. Or you can go through at Last of the Daggers. It'll put you through to Dylan. If you go Last of the Daggers on Facebook, you'll get through to Jordan. So either way you'll get through, and then obviously getting hold of you as well, Sludge Underground. That's basically it. We've got all the event details are posted up on my Instagram, on the band's Instagram, on our Facebook pages, my Facebook page. So if you need to check out the lineup, sort of times and the actual physical address, you can check it out there.
Just a quick shout out before we close out. You guys have got some merch going now, which is really awesome. How much is that going for?
Well, we got baseball shirts that I haven't really officially put like a sort of pre-order thing on the band site yet, but you can also get hold of me. We got baseball shirts, we got short sleeve baseball shirts. They're going for $250, and then for summer we're going to be looking at some fresh new T-shirts. Dylan's busy designing some stuff. And we're getting that through Inner Apparel up in Joburg. They do a lot of bands, and the quality is great. I mean, I'm wearing one. So that's also been like a sort of little side hobby for myself. Kept me going over lockdown, coming up with ideas and everything like that. So I've sold, there's been quite a few people that have got in touch with me. I've got a few of them out. That shirt I gave you, that's actually the original Last of the Daggers logo when it was just me. There wasn't an actual band. It was just me and my guitar, an idea, and Diffy actually designed it, the opening DJ Diffy. That's the original Dolly Dagger. So Dolly Dagger evolved into the design that Dylan did, and he's actually done a few different personas of Dolly, which we're going to be releasing as shirts as well. And we just hope everyone comes, and we look forward to it.
It's awesome. We'd also just like to thank the guys at Robsons for allowing us to do this at their venue. And guys, do pull through everything, all the details about this, obviously on Cliffy's pages, on Last of the Daggers pages, and also on Sludge Underground, Facebook at Sludge Underground, Instagram at Sludge Underground, Twitter at Sludge031. Episodes are available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and SoundCloud. We are Sludge Underground Podcasts everywhere. Guys, we hope to see you on the 7th of November. Who are you before we close out, Andile?
On Facebook, it's Andile Mathonsi. On Twitter, it's @Lunati_drops. The Lunati is a double I, and on Instagram, it's @Lunati_drops. The Lunati is a double I as well.
That is awesome, guys. Until next time, it's bye for now. Enjoy some Last of the Daggers.
Let's